Can Helen Mirren do any wrong? I'm sorry to say she can choose the wrong role. I was so excited about watching HBO's new series, Catherine the Great. Helen Mirren plays Catherine the Great. How couldn't this be, well, great? I assumed since Helen Mirren was the star that it was toward the end of the Russian ruler's life, mainly because history tells us that Catherine the Great took over her husband's throne in her 30s. She went on to have lots of lovers and children with these men. Helen Mirren is playing a 30-year-old! I have no doubt that Helen Mirren could find a young guy that wanted to sleep with her. I do, however, have a hard time wrapping my brain around her being able to get pregnant in the 1800s. I mean, modern fertility is modern. And it's true that Catherine the Great had young lovers throughout her life. In fact, some history says that her last lover was Prince Zubov, who was 40 years her junior. This could have been the storyline for the show. This is something I would have eaten up and would be totally believable. Helen Mirren definitely would be with a young guy. Instead, they chose to start the first episode right when Catherine stages a coup and takes over power from her husband, an actual Russian ruler. Catherine was German. A month after she took control, her husband mysteriously dies. We don't have to call Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine on this one, though. We know what happened. So it's quite the mental leap to see Helen Mirren as the young, whip-smart ruler. That's the thing. It takes some mental gymnastics I just wasn't trained to do. This would take Simone Biles level work. While the show doesn't make much sense when it comes to timeline, it is beautifully costumed and well done. And like a lot of HBO shows, it's graphic. Prepare yourself to see cruel killing and lots of sex. Notably, while the show is about Catherine the Great's sex life and rise to power, we never actually see her in bed with anyone. Her best friend, however, has lots of sex with a man who wants her. And because I know I'm going to get hate mail, I just want to repeat, Helen Mirren is amazing! Here's the other issue for me. A 30-year-old immigrant overthrowing the rightful heir to the throne is an amazing storyline. I mean, just imagine Meghan Markle marrying Prince Harry and then just taking over. That's basically what this young woman did. Not only did she have progressive policies she wanted to implement, but the coup was fairly smooth. The show does do a good job of highlighting her thoughts on slavery and how she was against it, which was super modern and wonderful. The bigger issue with this miniseries is that even if you can get over the historical inaccuracies, it still falls flat. It felt slow, and I just didn't really get into it. I wanted to, but I just didn't. Helen Mirren is a queen when it comes to acting, but in this show, it just didn't make sense to me. I wish I could just be more imaginative. And my recommendation, if there is a season 2, jump on that young prince storyline. That would sell.